Morning, everyone. I'm drinking out of my FPL mug. FPL not being a substitute for a warm life. Tastes pretty good, I must say. I hope everyone's doing well. We've got Owen Downs and A. Alamoudi in the chat. Huge. Great to have you guys here. I'll be live for the next few hours, probably, until maybe 12-ish. Going through everything Gameweek 16 deadline. I hope you're both doing well. Hope your teams are nearly there. I just realised I got a stain on this t-shirt. Look. How have I done that? Oh, toothpaste. Toothpaste stain. What a nightmare. You're going to have to deal with that. Graham, McDad, good to see you. Keep changing captaincy. Yeah. Who is the best captain this week, right? I wish I had an answer for you, mate, and I don't. I really don't. I don't have an answer. Luke the Lucky, good to see you. The Last Boy Scout. Oh, appreciate you saying that about my content. I need advice. I need to bench one of João Pedro, Hall and Kirkes. Who would you go for? I would take a look at the clean sheet odds. See who has the highest clean sheet odds out of Newcastle and Bournemouth. I'm blind. I can't see either team at the moment. 29% for Bournemouth. Where's Newcastle? 42%. I would bench Kirkes and play Hall and João Pedro. I would always say play the striker or forward ahead of a defender for sure. Dakshin, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right, thank you, mate. I'm doing all right. What was I going to say? Yeah, I had a horrible training session last night. We did a lactate tolerance session where we did 50 meters. Oh, I've got to change the screen. 50 meters all out 6 times on 6 minutes, and the idea was it puts you in as much pain as humanly possible, and you got to deal with it and sprint through it. And that happened last night. And then I've just quickly been to the gym this morning because I usually go to the gym after a deadline stream, but because we've got a later deadline this week, I had to go this morning. So training hard, working hard, all good. Green Arrow 66. I will be, mate. I will be indeed. Are you a Bristol City fan? Do you fancy a coffee or something before the game? Probably won't be a coffee for me though, because I made this one and it's really strong. So this is probably my caffeine dose for the rest of the week. Good luck to you too, Cedric. Hey, Andy. Palmer, I think I'm going to cap him. Brentford sound like a goal fest. Yeah, Fulham don't have Anderson or Calvin Bassey playing though. So, yeah. Oh, following on Sky. Fair enough. There we go. How many goals do you expect in the Arsenal game? Shall we? Shall we have an early look at my score predictions? Here we are. So I've gone Arsenal 3, Everton 0. I might have to go through this again, by the way, later on when more people join. But I've gone Arsenal 3, Everton 0. Liverpool 3, Fulham 1. Newcastle 2, Leicester 1. Wolves 2, Ipswich 2. I have a feeling Forest drag out a result against Villa. I think they're going to win that 1-0. Brighton 2, Crystal Palace 1. Man City 4. I think Man United score a couple. I think the Chelsea v Brentford game is indeed a goal fest. I've gone 4-3 in that one. And then Spurs 3, Southampton 1. And then Bournemouth West Ham, I've gone for a 2-2 draw. I must say, I really struggle. Someone's asked me about taking out Isak for Watkins for Isak. Now Watkins is the confirmed Aston Villa penalty taker. I think Watkins is a really good option. And he's less injury prone than Isak, isn't he? Just in my mind, I would probably I'd keep hold of Watkins, I think. I'd keep hold of him. Depends how desperate you are for Isak, I guess. I'm thinking Matoma to Enzo, then upgrade Dalot to Trent. Yeah, I don't mind that. Don't mind that. My captain should be on screen now, mate. I just changed it. Do you think it's worth taking out Wisser and Son for Isak, Mitoma? No. No. Watkins yellow flagged? Ooh. Fair enough then. Isak it is. Isak it is, but I wouldn't do it for a hit. Go on then. Get Isak. Do it. Sorry, guys. I just sneezed. Who do you think is the best out of those four midfielders? Bowen. I'd say Bowen. If you can get to him, Bowen. I think Enzo is great, but I'm not entirely sure all his returns are going to be as consistent as they have been. I think he's going to be decent, but I'm not sure he's going to be as consistent. Yes, check that out. Mug from FPL. FPL is not a substitute for a warm life. It's a very good mug. It's actually. I'm not going to lie. I'm not one to play down my competitors. Obviously, I sell a mug myself, but I would say his mug is slightly better quality than mine. It's a bit thicker, and the printing is fantastic. So yeah, thanks, Alf. I need to know where he gets his mugs from. I'm doing well, Cortex, mate. I hope you are too. Had a horrible training set at swimming last night, and then I've been to the gym this morning. Because we're kind of in the off season of swimming, I've been able to train body parts in the gym that are a bit more vanity. So I never did arm isolation exercises before. So I was doing bicep curls and tricep extensions in the gym today. And yeah, you don't really need to do that as a swimmer because like things like pull-ups and bench press and all of that build those muscles. So it's quite nice to be a bit vain in the gym and do those exercises. Alamoudi, I make like one a season. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your sickness, mate. I hope you get better soon. Would you sell Bowen or Enzo next game week if it allows VVD to Trent? Oh, Van de Ven to Trent. Do you have Timber in your team already? I probably would do that. All good, bro. You focus on the gym if you need to. There's no pressure to stay in the stream. You go, Tito. Good to see you, mate. I think I haven't spoken about my team yet, have I? I think I'm going to roll, by the way. I just don't see an obvious transfer here in my team. So I'm just going to roll this week. The armband is currently on Salah, but oh god, I think it's going to be on Haaland. Sorry, it's going to be on Salah. I just saw Eldritch's comment then that confused me. Yes, mate. I think there are 3 captaincy options this week that are close. Palmer, Salah, and Haaland, mate. Definitely. Timber was on. Oh, if Andy, that's a pun, then I'm still going to answer the question seriously. He was on the bench in the Champions League, so I think he'll be fine this week. Just getting a rest. Oh, you can't get Timber. Yeah, I'd probably make that move. Or you could just get Hoyson or Kirkez from Bournemouth. You could just do that. Reasoning, I just think Salah's been more consistent than Palmer has in terms of returns. Yes, Ben, I'll have a look at your team. I have, honestly, Lalix, I'm really sorry to say I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea if Gabriel starts. If any members want to put their FPL IDs in, then I will certainly check their teams. Ben, you're going to have to tell me either your team name or ID again, I'm afraid, bud, because I've forgotten. It was something rude, but I can't remember what it is. Just doing members teams at the moment, guys. God, Rowan. Liam, I have no idea. What do people think of Liam's question there? Yeah, I'm looking at this team, Ben, and I just roll. I don't think there's anything you need to do. I'd potentially consider starting Gabriel over Pau Torres, because I think Pau Torres Gabriel either starts or he doesn't play at all. And Pau Torres, I just don't like him. So I'd start Gabriel and then get Pau Torres off the bench if you need him. But you could have Raul first on bench, Pau second, and go from there. I wouldn't get rid of Bruno. No, he's got Bournemouth and Wolves afterwards, mate. Don't get rid of him. You picked him for a reason. This is just, I think, if you're a Bruno owner, this is one of the games where you just have to hold him. 10-502. Fish and chips, AFC. Love to see it, mate. Raya, Colwill, Nori, Aina. Fine. Salah, Palmer, Saka, and Bumo, Isaac, Woodshell, Pedro. Yeah, I like it. It's just, I think you've got a headache as to whether you play Mbumo or Semenyo this week. Yeah, that's a bit of a headache. I'm not sure. I'd flip a coin on that one, genuinely. Sorry, guys, we're just doing members teams at the moment. Members only at this stage. If you want to become a member or send a super chat in, I'll look at your team. Yeah, fair enough, Lee. If that's your feeling, and yeah, genuinely, I wouldn't make a change to the team. It's fine. You could, if you really wanted to, you can consider getting a Bournemouth defender in, like Kirkes or Hoyson. But other than that, I would leave it. Lalix. I would wait until a double game week, I think. But it is tempting. That's a good idea. Lalix has got Sells, Timber, Van der Berg, Salah, Palmer, Mbumo, Fernandez, Jackson, Cunha, Watkins. 4 transfers. I think I'd start Gabriel over. I think what we'll do, I'll do these reviews, and then I'll do a quiz, and then we'll do some team reviews from the public. How about that? I'd start Gabriel just because you might as well. Might need a bit of help in the chat because people are asking questions on how to be a member and stuff while I look at this team, though. Yeah, you got 4 transfers here, but I'm not massively sure what I'd spend them on. I'd probably do Watkins to Isaac because Watkins is a doubt. So I consider doing that. So let's get him in. She should have Isaac in now. 0.8 million. Yeah, I'd probably just do Watkins to Isaac, Lalix. I don't know if that is what you have done, but I'd consider that. And then just leave it. And then captaincy. I wish I could tell you, mate. I have no idea. All right, Paul. Appreciate your super chat on the stream the other day, mate. I was just stood in a train station doing a live stream. It was very generous of you, my friend. Okay. I would start Fabianski, I think. I would also start Gabriel over Dallo. Because Gabriel either starts or he doesn't play at all. So I think it's worth doing that. And then honestly, rest of the team, Paul, is lovely. I wouldn't worry too much. Gomez is a good shout. I mean, you've got to start him, haven't you? If you've picked him. Yeah, I'd leave it, mate. I think this team's great. Yeah, Watkins to Isaac for you, Alex, I think. Have I missed anyone? I think I've got everyone member that's put in an ID. I think that's everyone. I'll go back to my team for a second. Good to see you, Sally. I hope you're doing well. I hope Cairo is treating you well today. Bench. The thing is, telling people how to become a member is really hard because my YouTube channel and watching my YouTube videos looks different to everyone else. Because it's my account and my channel, I have different buttons on my screen. So I can't actually tell you what it looks like. Start one of Enzo or Rodgers. I'd go Enzo. I think Rodgers has got a tough fixture this week against Forest. Hello, AF Poisonhood. Should I swap Cunha for Semenyo? I'd stick with Cunha. He's on penalties, isn't he? Fancy Greaves for a goal. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Play Rodgers or Wood? I play Wood. Penalty taker, play Wood. I also think Forest are better defensively than Villa are. Will Kelleher play? I think Allison's going to start. Start Wood or Semenyo? Someone else already asked that. Oh no, Wood or Semenyo. I'd go... Oh, that's a little bit tougher. That is a little bit tougher. Gut still says Chris Wood though, because he's on penalties. Start Gusto or Dallo? Gusto. Gabriel going to start? Mate, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Good to see you, Rat Dog. I missed your message. Thank you, mate. I'm doing very well, thank you. Do you think transferring Jackson to Isak and then playing Semenyo instead of Enzo? No, that's very luxury, mate. Just keep hold of Jackson. You've got your Jackson pick. I would probably play Semenyo ahead of Enzo, though. I would probably do that. I've just answered Rat Dog's question with that one as well. Dubravka. I'm never going near Dubravka again, mate. He was terrible. Had him last season. Pope got injured this time last season, mate. And Dubravka was a disaster. He was terrible. He was probably at fault for like 7 or 8 goals, and he only played like 10 games. Oh, outside footy F1. That's some good stats. I like that. Semenyo on the right wing this week because Tavernier is injured. I still like Salah, mate. I still like Salah. Jackson and Mbumo versus Isak and Sancho. Who are you picking? That's a weird combination. I would have Isak and someone else. Sancho's crap, mate. I don't think you can back him to start. Don't pick any of those Chelsea midfielders that aren't called Cole Palmer, in my opinion. Kirkes, Hoyson or Colwill? I like Hoyson, especially with Senesi out for a long time. Dubravka is terrible. None of us Newcastle fans want him to start. Yep. Freddie, let's go, mate. Good to see you, my friend. Who should I buy in for Kelleher? Anyone got any thoughts on a goalkeeper? I'd start Gabriel. You might have to be starting Greaves this week, I'm afraid, bud. I think you can do a lot worse than that. Actually, well, you've already tripled Arsenal. You can't get Timber in. I'm not massive on Saka captain because I think Everton are all right. I'd probably sell Lewis. Let's see. So if you sold Rico Lewis and Mbumo for You got Enzo Fernandez in, say. You got Enzo in. And then, what you got in the bank? Oh, yeah. So you can downgrade Mbumo to Enzo, or you could get Semenyo, and then that means you've got a nice rotation of midfielders then. And it means you can then do Rico Lewis to someone like Trent or VVD. And I think that's quite nice. Who's top? I mean, probably Trent, isn't it? Yeah, Trent. Get Trent in. That's what I'd do, mate. If it was me, I'd get rid of Mbumo. You can go Semenyo or Enzo or someone else, whoever, and then I'd upgrade Rico Lewis to Trent, and then that's a nice team there. Hopefully that helps, mate. Should be a green arrow with that team, I would say. Is Sam FPL the guy that got a bit of stick on Twitter last week for telling people... Oh, sleep mode is on my laptop, apparently. He got a bit of stick for telling people to captain Palmer over Haaland. Sorry, he got stick for telling people to captain Palmer over Saka. But his captaincy order was Salah, Haaland and Palmer. So Palmer being the third best, Haaland being the second best. I captained Haaland and Palmer outscored Haaland. So it screwed me if I follow that advice. And he put out a tweet saying, you can thank me later. But I can't thank him because I captained Haaland. I'm only joking, by the way. It's not that serious, is it? It was quite funny to see just how much stick he got for that. Nice one, Freddie. Gunners Girl, good to see you. Good morning. I'm thinking Enzo for Mbumo and João Pedro for Isaac. Yeah. Like it. What are your thoughts on Dubravka now, mate? I did it last season. There's a Newcastle fan in the chat who said he's rubbish. I think Dubravka is terrible, and I wouldn't do it. I had him last season, and it wasn't worth it. Chelsea have a bad record. Yeah, but I care about the bad record for Sanchez, but I think there'll be lots of goals in the game. Offside footy, I think Enzo versus Rodgers is a coin flip long term. This week, I would definitely say Enzo, because I think Brentford are substantially worse than Nottingham Forest are defensively, but long term, I think they're around the same. Huge. I hope Biddy's doing well. Newcastle defence is mid anyway, plus Dubravka is not great. Awful pick. I agree. Lalix, I do. I got to trust in it, haven't I? I am really considering buying Onana from Man United, but I can't do it this week before he plays Man City away. I have to just stick with Sanchez, I think. Yeah, but if your criteria for picking an FPL player is you think he will start over the next few weeks, I want more than that. I know he's going to start for a long time. That's what I want to know about picking an FPL player. I don't think Jadon Sancho is gonna change your season, and it's worth taking that risk, if you're asking me. Don't do goalkeeper transfer. I've already done one, mate, and it's screwed me, to be honest. Yeah, I agree on Forest, mate. Andy, help me on Flecken. I've got one free transfer. Should I sell or hold? If I hold, I will hold till the end of the season. It is a very big decision. I would hold him. Who would you buy if you were to sell him? That's the question. Who would you buy? Oh, yeah. Sorry, a couple of people asked me for a captaincy poll. Who should go on the captaincy poll before I do it? Obviously, Salah and Palmer. That's probably it, isn't it, really? Most people are going to be deciding between that. Haaland and Saka, you reckon? Oh, Isak. People might captain Isak. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do Palmer, Salah, Saka / Haaland as one option, and then other. Dan's saying afternoon. It's bloody 9:41 a.m, mate. What planet? Are you, what country are you in? Game week 16. Right. Palmer, Salah, Saka / Haaland. Who else is there? And I'll just do other. Get that poll going. By the way, if you're enjoying the live stream, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating. I can't check how many likes we're on, but it'd be great to get to 100 likes on the stream. So if you're enjoying yourself here and haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you could leave a like. It helps the stream reach other people, more people, when you leave a like. And if you haven't already and you're enjoying your stream, please subscribe. Bonus, if you subscribe, you can chat to me. I'm usually pretty good at tracking the chat, I would say. I don't get to every single message, but I do try my best. So sorry if I do miss your message. Agree on Fulham. I think they're decent. Palace fixtures are coming good. I don't mind Eze, but I'd wait a little bit. I just want to check that he's not going to get injured again. Hey, why you didn't caption Haaland? I appreciate English isn't your first language, so I'm not going to criticise that. Because I think Salah's better. I know I should probably captain Haaland if I have him, but I just think Salah's better. Isak FOMO, yeah. Sorry, Sally. I'll try not to rub it in too much on Twitter when he scores a... If I enable memberships, how do I do that? How do I do that? I'd love to, but I really struggle with... I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea how to do that. I remember looking on stream before. I have no idea how to do it. Got Erling Haaland in the chat. Didn't realise he played FPL. Why can't you score more points than Palmer when you were my teammate? I wanted to look at the cup results, didn't I? Did I win my cup game? I'm probably out the cup already. Oh, I won! I won! Oh, I didn't have an opponent. Huge. I've got this guy this week. Jason Rush. He's 5 millionth overall. What do we reckon? Am I going to beat him? He hasn't got Salah. Interesting. Do you reckon I can beat this guy? Probably not, would be my prediction. Start Rodgers or Mbumo. I would actually say Mbumo because he's on penalties. Oh, he had Salah on bench. I didn't even see that. My bad. Of course, Salah didn't. That threw me off. That not seeing Salah in the 11, but obviously he wasn't because he didn't play. Sorry if I'm missing messages. I got a bit distracted by looking at his team then. You know what? Sad. I actually think that is a good hit. I think that's a decent hit. That's one of the best hits I've seen this season. I don't mind that. What cheap mid/defender would you bring in? Thinking about Estupinian. I quite like the Bournemouth defenders with their fixtures. I quite like Kirkez and Huijsen. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Something like that. Need and advice. I have Bruno Fernandes, Mbumo, Salah, Rodgers and Palmer in midfield. Delap, Isak and João Pedro. I don't know who to bench. I bench Rodgers. I think Nottingham Forest is a really tough fixture for Villa this week. Really tough. I need to bench one. Bruno, Wood, Cunha, Enzo, João Pedro. Oh my God. What do people think on that? Shashank? What do people think on that decision? I have no idea. Bruno, Wood, Cunha, Enzo, João Pedro. God, I have no idea. My guts actually says Bruno, but then Man City are not very good. Speaking of Man City not being very good, hello Jess. I have one free transfer, thinking of Haaland to Isak. I just roll it. Yeah, I'd roll it. I'd roll it this week. I would only get rid of Haaland if you have more than one free transfer, so you can instantly upgrade someone else. Because, yeah, we'll have a look quickly at some goal scoring odds. Oh, my laptop. Whoa, hello. I'm on 16 frames per second at the moment. Something is not happy. Hang on. We're just going to force quit PowerPoint because I've got all my graphics loaded up at the moment. I think that's straining my laptop. Bear with. Let's close everything down that isn't being used. Bear with. I don't want Safari. I don't want Spotify. I don't want system settings. Get rid of all of that. Bear with. I'm just going to... Oh, we're streaming in 1080p as well. That might be another reason why I'm struggling this week. Oh, well. We're going full 1080p stream today, by the looks of it. Well, I'll reboot, mate. I'll go offline and then I have to do my stream again. So we're just going to have to roll with it. That's made things a little bit better, though, hasn't it? What is actually not doing good is this transition. The transition is what's wrecking it. So if I turn off the transition and just have that. So here's your projected goals. Someone was asking, I've completely lost my train of thought now because I was sorting out my laptop. I'm going to ask Santa Claus for an iMac. Just saying. Oh yeah, someone was asking me, should they do Haaland to Isak? And based on the projected goals this week, I would not do Haaland to Isak. Especially if you're not going to upgrade elsewhere. Right, I think I may have resolved it. There's just no cool transition. You're just going to have to deal with no cool transition. Another cool thing that I saw on Twitter this week from Rob T FPL, he redid his rest of season projected goals. And for the first time, Salah has overtaken Haaland in terms of remaining projected attacking returns. So, yeah. JP Corn, that is outrageous, mate. That is outrageous. I think Onana, I admit, this week, while he's got Man City, will be a tough one. But I think Onana is going to be the top scoring goalkeeper come the end of the season. So I definitely wouldn't take him out, and I definitely wouldn't do it for a hit. I would keep him. Why is your game week 1 rank higher than my overall rank? Is that a trick question? So your game week 1 rank is your rank as it was in game week 1, just 1 week. So does that not make sense as to why it's different? And also, there will be, so if that's not the case and it's tracking, there will be people that signed up after game week 1 that won't appear on the game week 1 rankings. So that would suggest there are 25,000 players that started playing FPL after game week 1 that have overtaken you. That's what I think it says. That's what it could say as well. All right. Enough of that. We've got 170 people watching. I'm going to ask for 2 things. Number 1, please can you leave a like rating on the stream if you're enjoying the stream. It helps other people discover it, and it's completely free. And if you want to take part in the chat, all you got to do is click subscribe. It's totally free. I'd really appreciate that. I will really want to try and hit 11,000 subscribers this weekend. I'm very close. It'd be wonderful. Be wonderful to do that. I've got 5 FPL / Premier League related quiz questions if anyone wants to do a quiz. And then after the quiz, I'll do 5 team reviews if people are up for that. Anyone fancy a quiz? Thank you, John. I appreciate the 40-second like on the stream. All right, people are excited for the quiz. Let's do the quiz. Question number 1. There's no fancy transition on these slides anymore. Most people should get this. Who was the highest scoring player in Gameweek 15? I'm just going to grab my phone and check how many likes we're on. Answers are flying in. They're flying in. This is an easy one. Most people should get this. Most people should get this. I'm going to have to go and refill this water in a second. Man. Captain in Jackson. I wouldn't be doing that. Harry, I'm going to finish the stream at about 12 o'clock today because I've got a couple things to do this afternoon. And I'm going to the football. I'm going to watch Bristol City at home to QPR. An absolute classic championship fixture. The answer is, of course, it's Cole Palmer. 18 points for the cold man. Looks pretty cold in that picture, doesn't he? You got to go for the penalty taker, Rich. I always say, every week I want to captain a penalty taker. That's kind of my rule. And it sort of worked for Palmer, didn't it? He scored 2 pens. Question number 2. We got to guess the player. I like these questions because you can't cheat. SJ is late. It's all good, man. Who is that? I don't mind he's that captain. So if anyone can see that. That is the hands of a lifter right there. They've got new dumbbells in my gym, and the grips are so like harsh on your hands that the limiting factor in the gym for me today was not actually my strength in holding the weights. It was my hands in not completely falling apart while grabbing the weights. My hands are so callous. Look at that. Anyway, lots of answers coming in. Yeah, but weight gloves, man, they feel a little bit wanky. Gotta go hardcore, man. The answer. A lot of people got this. Well done to everyone that guessed. It was Morgan Gibbs-White. Well done. It was Morgan Gibbs-White. Congrats. Chalk, yeah, I need to get me some liquid chalk. I need to get some liquid chalk. Agreed. Liquid chalk. That's something I need to get. Okay, this is a bit of a random question. It's a bit of a random one. But I thought it would be interesting. So there were 2. I don't know if this makes them the second highest scoring players in the game. But 2 players scored 13 points in Game Week 15. Who were they? It's 2 players, not just 1. 2. Yeah, Harry, I try not to use straps too much because I find that it can, depending on which exercise you're doing, I find that it can lower like your wrist strength, if that makes sense. So on a deadlift, I will definitely use straps. But like on a row, I was doing dumbbell rows, and that was I don't want to use straps for them. But I probably should, shouldn't I, really? Oh, shit. Was there 3 players that scored those points? I'm hoping there wasn't. I'm just going to check. I always get one of these quiz questions wrong, don't I? No, we're safe. There is only 2 players that scored 13 points. I was just checking. I saw on Twitter the other day that Gianni Battici was modelling for McDonald's, which is quite funny. I think it was Brazilian. He was in a Brazilian McDonald's advert eating a Big Mac, which I thought was quite funny. There you go. It's Mbumo in Gibbs White. So well done, everyone that got that. I must say, the later answers that came in there, either people are slightly behind on the stream or they cheated. But I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. I will just confirm that answer as well, just so you know that I'm not making it up. So here are the top point scorers last week. 2 scored 13 points, and it was Mbumo and Gibbs White. A few people said Saliba, which scared me into thinking that I got the question wrong, but I didn't. Saliba got 9. And then there was Dango, Bowen, and Vardy that all got 12. You guys have to find it. All right, next question. Who is that? Who is that? Who was Bowen fighting? He absolutely bodied someone, didn't he? I can't remember who it was. Lamina, that was it. Lamina's a pretty big dude as well. Hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, I think there has just been... Oh. Sorry, there's been some swimming news this morning. Wow, he went 20.08. Oh, wow. Sorry, there's been a swimming short course world championships going on at the moment, which is the discipline that I swim in a 25-meter pool. And someone has just broken the 50-meter freestyle world record. A guy from, I think he's from the Cayman Islands, called Jordan Crooks. He's just broken the world record. So he is the fastest swimmer that's ever lived. And that's happened this morning, which is quite cool. 20.08 he went. Absolutely mental. The answer is Iwobi. So well done, everyone that said Iwobi. Congratulations. Give him a drugs test. No, mate, he's legit, I promise. He's legit. That was the 100-meter freestyle at the Olympics, mate. Yeah, pretty crazy. That world record is probably the most impressive athletic achievement I've ever seen. And then finally, the final quiz question. How many goals were scored in Gameweek 15? And while you do that, if you don't mind, I am just going to watch Jordan Crooks breaking the 50-meter freestyle world record because, wow. I've tried to get into that documentary, Sally, but I remember trying to watch it and then something came up and I got distracted. Sorry, I'm just going to watch the race if that's all right, while you guys answer that. For me, this is huge news. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. I can't, mate. I put sports. I played a 30-second clip from a Man City game accidentally from Twitter on stream, and sorry, I know it took too long. And I got demonetized on my stream. So I'm not going to do that again. The answer was 35. Sorry, everyone. The answer was 35. The answer was 35. What did everyone get in the quiz there? Let me know. What did we all get? Let's go back on my team. Let's go back. There we are. 4 out of 5 for Paul. 0 for John. Paul got 1. 1. Lots of 1s. A 3. A 2. Guardiola to Timber, a good move. Oh, sorry, I saw that message earlier. I've done it, mate. I would say I would do it if it enables you to make other moves. What do Man City fans in here think about Guardiola? Do you think? I know that they won't be great defensively, but I always feel like Guardiola has a chance of attacking returns. Mbumo to Enzo. Yes, it's worth it if you can upgrade elsewhere. 3 p.m. Does that count as early kickoff? No, I don't think so at all. No. I don't know if anyone's attended an early kickoff in England, like in the stadium, but the atmosphere is definitely different. Definitely different. Dreaming FPL. You could say please, mate. You could say please. There's always an option to show some manners and say please, you know. I'll do this for free. Couldn't take the quiz. I'm listening on the go. What are you on the go to? I'm only joking, Dreaming FPL. And I technically don't do this for free anymore, so I can't really say that. So if people get their IDs and team names ready, I will do the first 5 that reply after this message, strictly after this message. Oh, John's straight in there. Look at that timing. Unbelievable. No one's beaten John. John's done it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Dreaming FPL, mate, I'm sorry, but you've missed out. Oh no, I think, who is in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mickdad. So we're finished at Mickdad. I'd bench Rodgers at that lot. Jake. This is John's team. John's team. I'd start Gabriel over Dallo, because you might as well. I'd put Dallo ahead of Harwood Bellis on the bench. What else could you do here? I feel like you can spend that 1.9 million here. But I wouldn't do it. I'd leave it. I'd leave it. I'd just do that, mate. I'm afraid, Alex, you have just missed the quiz, mate. You have just missed the quiz. And you missed me not looking at the screen for about a minute while I looked at the new 50-meter freestyle world record as well. And I bored everyone. So, you know, swings and roundabouts and all that. Sorry, viewers, when I did that. Darren Weaver. Hence the Guardiola question, right? Oh, I would probably do Guardiola to Timber here, you know. I would. Guardiola to Timber, and then if you did that, Can you... Oh, hang on. We might have something for you here, mate. We might have something here for you. Go away. We did Guardiola. Oh, bugger off. Let me get rid of him. Remove. If I do Guardiola to Timber, does that allow you to get Isak in? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. You know what? I'm going to use FPL review for you. Your team is 4860. I'd want to get rid of Solanke too, but he's got Southampton, so I don't think it's like a desperate transfer. You know? Let's go in the solver. Solve. See what it's saying for you, mate. We'll use FPL review. Interesting moves here. I would not get rid of Jackson if I had Jackson. And it's also, my laptop is not enjoying this FPL review run. Not enjoying it at all. I know what I'm going to do. Bear with. I'm just going to do something. The stream is going to go down for like 10 seconds, but it'll stay live on YouTube with me paused. I'm gonna do something. Right, hopefully we're back. And this should be better. I'm only in 720p now, but hopefully that's fixed the lag that we were experiencing. This is what it's saying to do. And I don't like it. I don't like that at all. Oh, Darren, I'm so stuck on what to do with this team. I would probably do Guardiola to Timber and then get rid of Solanke when he plays Liverpool and you've got 2 free transfers. Because he's got Southampton. Like, you can't sell him ahead of that. So I'd probably do Guardiola to Timber. And I'd actually start Greaves over Mikalenko as well. That's what I do there, mate. Sorry for taking ages on that, but needs must. Mitch Tyson. I've also got... I've got a couple things to mention when we do the team reviews as well, from a personal perspective. So we'll go through that in a sec. It's exciting news. I'd start Gabriel over Konza, and then I think Gabriel either starts or he just doesn't appear at all. I'd have my bench in that order. I'd want to get João Pedro in there somehow. I think I would go João Pedro instead of Matoma, and then Matoma would be on my bench. I'd probably roll like that, mate. You don't need to make a transfer here, though. That would be my team for you, Mitch Tyson. SJ. 66495. I don't think you need to do anything here. You could do Pau Torres to Timber. I would consider doing Pau Torres to Timber here. What a rank, by the way. 5k overall. Yeah, I'd probably do Pau Torres to Timber if it would be. And then Mikdad is the last one. Mikdad. Great team. You don't need to do anything. Absolutely nothing is needed with this team unless you want to get Timber in. You could potentially do... Well, you could even get Gabriel, but I wouldn't buy Gabriel. You could potentially do Konsa to Timber and start Timber over Hall or Nori, but I don't think you need to. What a good team. This is like genuinely almost a free hit team for this week without... or you could do Cunha to Isak. But it's hard to do that when he plays Ipswich. So yeah, you could either get Timber in for one of your defenders or Cunha for Isak. I consider that. Paul Gordon for Mbumo, fair enough. Fantastic joke from Paul there. I got a couple things to announce, if that's all right. 2 seconds. I don't know if I've mentioned this to anyone, but I've started a new little venture, a second YouTube channel, and I just wanted to plug the video that I made. So the idea behind the second YouTube channel is to teach other people how to do YouTube. And it's 2 tweets in a row, actually. Check this thumbnail, by the way. It is a little bit cringy, I know. But posing for these thumbnails is not a good experience. And also, this hand is not mine. Someone else's hand has been edited into this thumbnail. But yeah, the whole idea of this second channel is to teach other people how to build their own YouTube channels. And I made a video. What I learned from making 700 YouTube videos. I don't think the stream has ended. It shouldn't have ended. We should still be live. We are still live. I ended it briefly. I presume we are still live, right? Nothing's happened. We should still be live. Awesome. So there's the video on the second channel. I'll share that if anyone wants to check that out. I had to cancel the stream on OBS because it was too high quality for my laptop. And secondly, there's a viewer in this chat, Jess, who's drawn my attention to this guy. There is a UK TV show. You can only actually vote on this in the UK, to be fair, called Strictly Come Dancing. And the concept of the show is a range of UK celebrities get partnered up with a professional ballroom dancer, and they compete against one another for, like, I don't know how long it is. But anyway, there's a contestant on the show named Chris, who I believe is a comedian. And Chris is completely blind. But from his dancing, you wouldn't be able to tell. And it is, I'm not going to lie, it is genuinely one of the most inspirational things I've ever seen. And it's the final tonight, and he's in it. So if anyone in the UK is interested, I'll share the details. Vote for Chris in Strictly tonight. Right, those are my 2 shout-outs. We're done. Go back to my team now. Appreciate that, Adam. Not for my new channel, no. In fact, I'm not going to throw shade at exactly who it was, but I have paid a professional to do those 2 thumbnails. First one is fantastic. Second one, he took 6 or 7 attempts to do it. So I made and edited the video on Thursday, and I only received the final version of the thumbnail yesterday. So it's been a mixed bag of getting thumbnails out of him. So I think I'm gonna sack him off and use someone else. We are done with team reviews for the time being. We are done. There you go. Voting free on the BBC website. Treble, you don't have to watch it, mate. Just vote for him. It's crazy. I haven't watched it at all, by the way. It's not my kind of show at all. Yeah, it's not my kind of thing. But he is pretty inspirational. What do you mean sack him off? Sack him off. I mean, that's pretty it's pretty self-explanatory what that means, isn't it? Did you go through Fiverr/Upwork? I use Fiverr. He charged between £10 and £20 per thumbnail, depending on what you want, which certainly doesn't sound cheap. And it wasn't. But I figured it's a good business decision, right, to reinvest some of the revenue I make on this channel to build the other one. So I'm doing my best. Kluivert. I would start Kluivert over Kirkez. Yeah, Dibbling could score, I agree. Thatcher Joe. My God. What a legend. No, the guy I'm sacking will not be watching this stream, mate. We're all good. We're all good. But I wasn't horrible to him or anything, but I paid him 20 quid to make a thumbnail, and he took nearly a week to do it. And it was just very lazy. Just very lazy. It's a made-up number, John, to be completely honest with you. It's a made-up number. Not per year, though. No, but it's a made-up number anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just, I can do FPL thumbnails because they are, I've been doing it for long enough where I've got like a graphics set that I can reuse, but thumbnails like I have on that second channel, I just don't have the ability to do myself, so I thought I'd pay someone. I played Bowen, mate. I think Rodgers has a really tough fixture this week against Nottingham Forest. Adam? No. Quite simply, no. I would rather not be doubled up on Chelsea defence because I think they concede. What do you think Mick McCarthy's up to? I don't know, mate. What have I missed something that Mick McCarthy's been up to? I'm just going to search him. Is he on? He wasn't on Strictly, was he? No. Unless I've missed something. Just a general question. I don't know, mate. I've no idea. There is no Mick McCarthy news. Is that just is that a random question? I went to the most boring football game I've ever seen was last couple seasons ago when Mick McCarthy was the manager of Blackpool. And could you imagine, right? Blackpool Football Club being managed by Mick McCarthy. You could imagine how they played football. It was the worst game I've ever seen in my life, and we drew 1-1. What do you think the average points will be? I'm going to go 50 on the money. John, I've no idea, mate. You're going to have to find... Well, because that's a bit weird saying you're going to have to find her. You have to send her a message, mate. Where is she indeed? I hope she's well. But yeah, I'm not in touch with everyone, I'm afraid. Redrick, I am keeping Rodgers because I don't want to make that kind of luxury transfer. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep him, mate. It's really cold in my room again. Suddenly gotten really cold. Might go Branthwaite. He's about to play Arsenal, mate. Can't be doing that. I quite like Hall to TAA, even though Hall's got Leicester at home. I think without Nick Pope, they become substantially worse. So I would probably do that. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to turn the heater on in my room. Bear with. Right, heating is on. It's also another day on the advent calendar, isn't it? What's the date today? 14th. I didn't even have the one yesterday. I got 2 advent calendar chocolates to eat this morning. Buy a heated throw. Well, I could do, but then it means I can't move because I've got to be under the blanket. Can't do a live stream from under a blanket. You got a Christmas tree? And we got a gingerbread man. Lloyd, do it. Feels weird saying the... my dad's name is Lloyd. It feels weird saying Lloyd, calling someone Lloyd. You sit on it. Ooh. be fair, I've got heated seats in my car, and we don't get a Christmas sweater. It's not Christmas yet, mate. It's the 14th. Not Christmas jumper time yet. I will be wearing my Christmas jumper next week, though. 3 free transfers. Mbumo and Lewis to Enzo and Trent. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Haaland, Salah, Enzo, Palmer, or Jackson, Salah, Saka, Palmer. Oh, I'm a Haaland owner. I can't bring myself to sell him, but I like the second option better. If you're going to choose. Please, can you wear a Santa hat? John, you're in with all kinds of questions this week. No. No. I have to get something in return for wearing a Santa hat from you, John. Or keep Hall and use cash to get Rodgers to Jota next week. I wouldn't buy Jota, mate. Don't touch Jota. Do not go near Jota. He is a trap. I also, I'm not sure. Not sure I'd be wearing a Santa hat. Bro, why do you have Haaland? Oh, by the way, Alf, did you you might have missed the start. I was having a coffee out of this earlier. Well, there's still a bit in there. Excellent quality, this mug, by the way. It's you hear that? That is quality. That is quality right there. Anch, I ask myself that same question every week, mate. But here we are. I prefer Eze because he plays every game. I just wouldn't go near Jota, mate. I'd go Kirkez because 8 Nori is on 4 yellows. Haaland, he loves the derby. I think he hates United, doesn't he? Sounds like any other mug. Oh, Paul. I'm going to ban you for that. Poll idea. Tom should wear a Santa hat for his Xmas streams. It also means I have to buy one, mate. So, I mean, if you want to buy me a Santa hat, I might wear it. But I don't feel there's anything in it for me. Alf, you need to be having words with Paul, mate. You need to be having words with him. How about Jackson to go with Isak? Well, I said, John, it's not what I've made. That's a made-up number. How about Jackson to go with Isak? Yeah, it depends who you're selling, though. Depends who you're selling. I got 68 points last week. Is that a good score? Yeah, better than I did. Aina or Smith Rowe? I would always favour the attacker, but against Liverpool, yeah, I'd go Smith Rowe. I'd always favour starting an attacker over a defender if I could. I'm planning to get out of 8 Nori and Cunha next week. Gabriel and Wood or Kirkez and Havertz. Who else do you have up front? Because I'd have Jackson and Isak over Havertz, unless you have both of them. And then I quite like Gabriel and Wood. Isak for me. I'd always favour the attacker. Isak in for Wissa for a -4 this week. Is that a good idea? No, I think Wissa could score against Chelsea. When you're going to sell Haaland, I don't know, mate. I don't know. He's got to stay for me this week, though. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm so confused about captaincy. Want to go different? Well, man, do it. I'm on Salah at the moment. I'm probably going to end up bottling it, though. I'll be honest with you. How's the poll looking? I think it's worth bringing in Timber this week, to be honest, mate. Oh, look at that. Look how close that is. Wow. So that's literally 3 people. 3 people different. We missed the boat, mate. We got to keep hold of him. I agree. I was just going to see if there is a captaincy poll on Twitter that's done more than 300 votes. And see what people have said. In fact, FPL Prem Tipster, good mate of mine, is the best source of knowing who is the best captain. So we're going to watch his captaincy video on stream and see what he has to say. I'll leave a link to the video. I haven't subscribed to him. Well, there you go, mate. I'm subbing. That's his team selection. I want to see his captaincy. There it is. Share that. So watch it together, guys. Let's see what he's saying. Jess, I'd keep him. I'd keep him. Sorry, guys, I've not been able to read the chat. I'm just watching the captaincy video. Why can't you hear that?
Game week 15 points in any game week all season. In fact, he's only matched it once. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future captain picks like this. Palmer retains his spot on the shortlist this game week with a favourable fixture against Brentford. The same applies to Salah, who faces Fulham at home. I would say that's a more difficult fixture, but it might not be with the players that they've got sidelined in defence. And I would argue that Isak's got the easiest fixture this game week against Leicester at home. I think Haaland's an option this game week. You either own him and you captain him, or you sell him, otherwise his points per million are too low. Looking at the non-penalty stats per 90 minutes for this season, Isak's quite far behind the big hitters as expected. He is kind of swimming against the tide when he gets one less point for every goal scored. Whilst Salah's overperformance has been much higher than Palmer's, Palmer's still overperforming his underlying stats, and I do expect Salah's to regress. I did say this last game week, but he didn't play, but give it enough time, the chances are that the overperformance will come down. Both players have got exactly the same expected numbers, and they're better at projecting the future return points than the actual return points themselves. I do reiterate that every game week because it's important. A few game weeks ago we could have said Salah's in form and Palmer's not, but right now that's not the case. You could argue that Salah's numbers are slightly more promising than Palmer's due to the higher output, but like I said, I do think that will regress. That could be outcome bias in my opinion. I think there's practically nothing.
Can you guys hear the audio for this video,
that does
by the
split
way?
them is the set pieces. Palmer's a set piece specialist for Chelsea. He's the main man on direct free kicks, indirect free kicks and corners. Salah doesn't get to take any of them. He barely gets a look in with the direct free kicks, depending on who's on the pitch. It's almost the same for Isak. He's slightly more likely to take a direct free kick, but he's still quite low in the pecking order.
I'm going to skip.
He doesn't get to take indirect free kicks or corners though. 72%.
Right, this is the interesting stuff. So Palmer's return odds, 72%. Salah, 66. Goal odds, 50, 50, 55. Oh my God, that's so close. Projections. Palmer's just, it's so close, isn't it? Opposition. Fulham have got 7% clean sheet odds. Brentford have got 6%. Good grief. Risk assessment. Salah on 4 days rest. The thing that interests me actually, so we're going to do a little FBref comparison. Who is the most dangerous from open play? Who has been the most dangerous from open play this season of the two? That's what I want to know. Because penalties, I feel like they're equally likely to get a pen. Who has been the most dangerous from open play? So we want non-penalty expected returns per 90. That's what we're looking at. You want to enjoy tomorrow as much as possible. I have predicted Man City to win. That was an interesting eye, wasn't it? I predicted Man City to win, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Man United do some damage. Right, so this is non-penalty, expected goals and assists per 90. Salah is 0.91, right? Remember that? 0.91. I think they're both as likely to get a penalty as one another, aren't they? Palmer's there. Wow. Needs a trim. Palmer is 0.93. Oh, wow. Bloody hell. So that's so close, isn't it? My God. Let's see how many penalties they've had. Penalties saved. Four double-digit hauls in a row. So he's bloody hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, 6 double-digit hauls. He is more consistent, isn't he, Salah? He is just more consistent. Palmer's half of his points came in that game, pretty much, or a load of his points came in that game. God, it's tough. It's so tough. I back Salah because I just think he's more consistent. Hey, Brisky, mate. I saw you in the chat. I was just, I was thinking heavily about who to captain. Yeah, I've got the Indonesian coin of truth here. We can use that. Shall we use that? Oh, the focus on the camera is shit. Let's see if that focuses. No, doesn't want to. So basically, there's one side with a number on it. I don't know if you can see that. Very blurry 500. So the 500 sign is, we're going to go Salah. And then the other side is Palmer. This is from the first stream I ever did. I managed to find it down the back of my desk the other day. It's a coin that I got when I was on holiday in Bali. It's 500 rupiah from Indonesia, and this decides my transfer decisions. So the sign that says 500 is Salah, and the other side is Palmer. The coin didn't even flip then. There we go. That flipped. It landed on the non-500 side. I can't bring myself to click save. You know, like how magnets of the same pole go like that? That was my finger on the save your team button then. I couldn't bring myself to do it, guys. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I want to captain Salah. I want to captain Salah. I want to captain Salah. Yeah, my gut does say Salah captain, doesn't it? It landed on Palmer, Paul, for what it's worth. It landed on Palmer, but I can't bring myself to do it. I say you forget all of this and captain Haaland. Yeah, I got 3 captaincy options in my team this week, haven't I? I tell you what. Oh, I can't believe it, but it. Oh, I got 4. Yeah, I got Haaland and Isaac. I tell you what, if there was ever a week to captain Haaland as well, this could be it. You're witnessing my brain crumble on stream today. Oh man, you always have to captain a penalty taker in my mind. Always have to captain a penalty taker. Haaland does love the derby, doesn't he? Jess wouldn't do it. No, it's staying on Salah. It's staying on Salah. It's staying on Salah. If you get 100 likes, are you captaining Haaland? No. 100 wouldn't... 100, I'm afraid, wouldn't be enough. Wait, is Bristol City v QPR on at 12:30? Have I got the kickoff time wrong? I might have to go a bit earlier, guys. Is it a 12:30 kickoff? No. Oh, it is. Sorry, guys. I've got a 12:30 kickoff to go to. I thought it was at 3. I'm going to have to leave the stream a little bit early then. I've got an hour left, basically. Then I have to go to the game. I thought it was a 3 p.m. kickoff, but it's at 12:30. Oh, there you go. I just had the season ticket thing pop up on my phone and it said it was on at 12:30. It's going to be a Tesco meal deal lunch for me then. I was ready to be cooking. Oh, by the way, if anyone follows me on Twitter, I had another steak dinner last night to cope with my FPL pain today. You'd go double Chelsea defence against Brentford, would you, Alfie? Yeah, I know, it would be lucky. I'd have rocked up and everyone would be walking out. Thoughts on Isak, captain? Yeah, I don't mind it. He's one of 4 options this week. For sure. For sure. Ahmad or Enzo if I already have Palmer and Jackson? Oh no. Oh, there it is. I dropped the coin. Is Gabriel in or out? I'm not sure. I literally have no idea about Gabriel, mate. No idea at all. Lloyd's trying to get in my head. My head is impenetrable, mate. You can't get in my head about it. I'm sticking on Salah. And I'll be in a stadium where I have no signal during the deadline. Hi, mate. Pick 3 out of 8 Nori, Gabriel, Hall, Colwell. Yeah, I'd go the first 3. And if Gabriel doesn't play, he won't get any minutes at all in my mind. Who's that mugshot? Is that John Jones? I can't tell. Good to see you, Laura. Hope you're well. Have you finished for Christmas yet, or have you got one more week? No point owning Haaland if you don't captain. Yeah, I know, but here we are, mate. Here we are. Also, I was meaning to ask this of you guys. What are your, if you celebrate? I'm conscious there are probably people in this chat who don't celebrate. What are your plans for Christmas? There's no signal, John, because there'll be 20,000 people in the stadium. That's why there's no signal. Bossing your FPL school league. Well, it's probably not down to my advice, but well done, Laura. My plan is getting a green arrow. I'm hoping for green arrows too, mate. I'm hoping for big green arrows too. I will likely do the Boxing Day deadline stream from my childhood bedroom and make a couple videos in there as well. So that's quite exciting. You get to see a different backdrop that isn't a Glastonbury calendar and a brilliant white wall from a rented flat. Can't relate, I got 33 points. Unlucky, man. Unlucky. Ahmad or Enzo? I'd go Enzo. I wouldn't worry about triple Chelsea. I'd go Enzo. I think he's better than Ahmad. I just don't think you can trust any of those United players to play every game at the moment. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. I promise I wasn't fishing for that when I said my advice is funny. I was just being a bit self-deprecating. I appreciate you too. Dean or Wan-Bissaka? I'll go Luca Dean. Juntao, I literally just had that question, mate. And yes, I think you can definitely get away with that. Who are you going to watch? I am a Bristol City season ticket holder, mate. So I'm going to go and watch Bristol City. So you're saying phone signal is dependent on crowd size. Why is that not... What? I'm sorry. Have you ever been in a big crowd, mate? Of course signal's going to be bad when there's like 20,000 people trying to use a single phone mast. That's how it works. Come on, John. I can assure you, I've been to nearly 100 games there. And when there's people in the stadium, the signal is bad. That's how it works. It's a good job I streamed early this morning, wasn't it? I was kind of thinking, I could go live a couple hours before the deadline. Bloody good job I did it early. Bro, I think Isak's better than Saka this week. I got a worse decision. You've been saying Haaland's calling my name, Lloyd, so you know what you need to do. I don't think Ahmad is basically nailed, I gotta say. I don't think any of those Man United players outside of Bruno are nailed. I really don't. Start Porro or Aït-Nouri? Porro. Is it worth making a goalkeeper transfer? Flecken has been disappointing. Well, I did Flecken to Sanchez a couple of weeks ago, and since then, Flecken has outscored him. So, probably not, to be honest. I kind of regret doing that. I better crack my phone on charge, actually. Do you reckon it's a scarf day at the game today, by the way? Should I wear a scarf? I'm tempted, I'm tempted to crack the old scarf on this week. It is bloody freezing in England, to be fair. Crack the old City scarf on. What do you think of that for a look? No? We'll have that on. We'll leave it on. We'll leave it on. Up the City. Bench 1. Gabriel, Aït-Nouri, Trent, Paul. Aït-Nouri. Would you bench boost a bench of... No. Make sure you've got thick socks on. What are the thick socks for? Why would I need thick socks? It's red and white, man. There's white in between the red to, it's a good scarf. I actually got this scarf for free from my club when we played your lot, actually, Treble. Played your lot in, was it last season before in the FA Cup? And also, I saw KDB and Foden in the flesh, and I just could not believe how good they were in person. It is amazing to see players of that level with your own eyes. KDB scored from 30 yards out, but the ball didn't leave the ground when he did it. It was incredible. And Foden's ability to control the ball while he was running at full sprint was amazing. We didn't get dicked, but we did certainly lose. Isak or Jackson in the long term? Isak. Jackson's still got that 4th yellow, hasn't he? No news, Chantal. There was a hint from Arteta that he's fit. But even if he is fit, I feel like there could be a chance that he just doesn't get risked against Everton. I start Welbeck if he's fit. What do you think of a 2-week punt on Harvey Barnes? You could do worse, that's all I'll say. Start Enzo or Wood? I'd start Wood. Colwill or Gomez for Lewis? I'd probably say Joe Gomez. But I don't back him to play every game, to be honest with you. I've got a bit of a Chelsea leak for you. Here's the Chelsea leak. This is the training group, the 11 that trained. So this is the expected Chelsea 11, I would suggest. Sanchez, Gusto, Badiashile, Colwill, Cucurella, Enzo, Caicedo, Madueke, Palmer, Sancho, Jackson. That's likely the 11. I would probably agree with that, to be fair. Gordon or Enzo? Enzo, cheaper. Enzo could well be a troll, but he's dirt cheap, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, you could do Van Dijk instead of Trent, but I do think Trent is better. Bench Rodgers or Wissa? I would bench Rodgers. Rodgers or Mbumo and Sanchez and Fabi? That question doesn't make sense, I'm afraid, mate. The and the or there makes it very confusing. Which 3 would you prefer? Isak, Jackson and Semenyo or Wissa, Son and Cunha? Isak, Jackson and Semenyo. Do you think Enzo is going to keep these numbers? No, but I think for the price, he's still decent. Mbumo to Dibbling, Larson to Isak for a -4. We'll have Rodgers. No, wouldn't do it. I'm not sure on Harvey Barnes, mate. My best answer I can give is you could do worse. Gordon hasn't been putting up great numbers this season. That's why I've got no love for him. I would actually say there's not much between him and Mbumo, to be honest. Not much at all. Not much at all. Start Enzo or Semenyo. Semenyo. Bongs? I don't know. If I do 8 Nori and Cunha to Kirkez and Isak. Yeah, I'd just wait, mate. I'd wait. I would wait. I would wait. Don't understand the Trent hype. Well, he's the most attacking defender from the best defence in the league. And he's got good fixtures. That's the Trent hype. Do you think it's worth Son and Wissa for Bowen and Isak for a -4? No. No, don't like it. Not for a hit. I would bring in Trent over VVD. How'd you get in with a digital ticket? Well, it's like your card. It's on Apple Pay. You can use Apple Pay without a signal. And yeah, the season ticket works on the Apple Wallet, so you don't need a signal for it to work. That's how it works. Start Rodgers or Mbumo, 1 free transfer. Thinking Guardiola to a Chelsea defender. I would start Mbumo. I would think twice about buying a Chelsea defender. I'd start Davis, mate. I'd start Davis. I think that'd be fine. Do you have player prediction points? Not up at the moment. I do. If you watch my ultimate guide video, that will have everything. Yeah, I've done score predictions, but I can put them up on screen while I chat. Yes, I do feel like it's better to do something. If you're not sure about your transfer, I would do nothing. Is that the... Oh, that's an animation that I tried to make once. Is this the actual animation? There we go. We can have it back now. Yeah, I don't mind Isak. There is no point in making an FPL transfer for the sake of it. Especially now you can accumulate up to 5. Bet I'd bench Rodgers, mate. I could bench Boost, but I don't want to. I also don't have a starting keeper on my bench, so I don't want to. I'm going to wait for a double. Tell you what, I am bloody glad that I checked the Bristol City kickoff time. I'd be very disappointed if I rocked up at 3 PM. My pleasure, Barry. My absolute pleasure, mate. A fact about me that you don't already know. When I was younger, I would go on a family holiday to Mallorca every year, Balearic Island, just off the coast of Spain. And for 5 years in a row, we went to the same hotel. There you go. Oh, I'm going to do a throwback. I'm going to do a memory throwback quickly. There was a great place we went for lunch every day. It was a holiday resort called Can Picafor in Mallorca. I'd recommend Can Picafor to absolutely anyone. And there was a lovely bar called Scandals, which is closed permanently, which is very sad to hear. Very sad to hear. I'd imagine the guy that used to run it has definitely retired now. But there was a lovely man named Manolo that used to run this place. And it was amazing. So yeah, Scandals Bar, Can Picafor. See if they got any pictures of it. They don't. But used to have football shirts in the ceiling, all pinned to the ceiling. So there you go. There's a random fact about me. Good memories, Em. Good memories. That's a good fact, isn't it? Give me a random fact about you, John, that we don't already know, which is pretty much everything. But give us a random fact. I would start Fernandes, I actually think, mate. I don't think Man City are very good defensively. And also, I like the penalty taker. Honestly, Mallorca is the easiest and best place to go away for a summer holiday, in my opinion, Bourbon legend. The airport there is fantastic. Everything about Mallorca is just perfect for a summer holiday. It's just the easiest place in the world to go. Rodgers or Mbumo? Mbumo. Yeah, Palma is the capital city of Mallorca. That's where the airport is. I went holidaying with my family in the 1970s to St Andrews. Is that in Scotland? Is that the one in Scotland with the golf course? That's pretty mega. I would start Lewis Hall, Jintao. I think they have slightly higher clean sheet odds. Nadir, I hope it works out for you, mate, and I apologise if it doesn't, but I think the logic there is sound. Maswari to Colwell. No, I don't think that's a good transfer. Were you the one who was just asking me if you're not sure about a transfer? You were. Do nothing. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Keep Maswari, he's fine. The hotel I went to, I think it's now become an adults only one, but I can show you that actually. Because it's not like I'm doxing myself, is it? We went to a hotel. This is where I learned to swim, by the way. We went to a hotel called Hotel Sarah, is what it was called. And it was the first time I ever went swimming. This was what it looked like when I used to go. That was the first pool I ever swum in. And yeah, started a lifelong obsession with the sport of swimming in that swimming pool. It's been changed now. It now looks like this. They must have renovated it recently. So it now looks like that, apparently. But that's what it used to look like. Yeah, great memories in that place. Might even have me in it. It's adults only now. Hey, they must have hated me so much when I went. They made it adults only. Z4YD, good to see you too, man. Honestly, considering playing Burgess, yeah, I would do. Fantastic, mate. Thank you. Thank you for those lovely comments, Dean McNugget. What a waste of your time. See you later, mate. Goodbye. Would you start Ahmad over Rodgers? No. No, I don't think I would. I think I'd start Rodgers. I think I'd stick with Rodgers. Yeah, I'd stick with Rodgers. Which two should I start? Semenyo, Colwell, Hall, and Ait Nouri. I'd always go with the attacker. I'd go Semenyo and Lewis Hall, mate. What's going on in chat? I just got called a Harry Potter melt, I think it was. Fight me, mate. D McNugget, fight me. That's all I'm saying. I'm only messing. I literally don't care. Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it, Ben? It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. I reckon I could have you, D McNugget. I don't reckon that's you in your profile picture either. I'd back myself. I'll send you a location. No weapons, just fists. Fight me. I'll take my glasses off for the fight as well. Bench Mbumo or Wissa? Or would you play both and bench Enzo? I'd play them both. I got back from dog walk and guess what happened? I don't know, mate. What happened? I don't know. The dog I'm looking after, it pooed on your carpet, threw up. Something like that would have happened. I can't decide between Palmer and Salah captain. Oh, Andrew, mate. Join the club, man. My gut is saying Salah, so I'm just going Salah. I'm also, at the moment, I would say, John, I am probably at the peak fitness I've been in my entire life. So I've got the cardio as well. Yeah, crew ploppy. Funnily enough, me and a former girlfriend of mine went to Cyprus a couple of years ago, and it was quite nice. The beach was nice. We went to Paphos, but I would say it was dead. There were so many like empty holiday let half-built apartments, which basically made it look a bit of a hole, to be honest, just because there were just so many unfinished hotels and apartments. But it was very nice. The weather was lovely, and the hotel we stayed in was really nice. But yeah. And also, I didn't realise that there is a UN exclusion zone between the Greek and Turkish sides of Cyprus. We just stayed in Paphos. But that's quite interesting. And also, there is a town that is completely cut off from the rest of the world. I can't remember what it's called now. But there's a town that's cut off by the UN that no one can go to because it's disputed territory. I can't remember what it's called. There's a YouTube documentary about that. It's quite interesting. The thing about going with your gut on a decision as well is that if it doesn't work out, you can never really be that disappointed. No, it's not Nicosia. It's not Nicosia. It's something else. It's something else. Nicosia is a city in Cyprus, or a town in Cyprus. It's called Famagusta. There you go. It's called Famagusta. It's been blocked off from the rest of the world for like 25 years. I just want to spread my wrist, Johnny, around I just don't think Chelsea are keeping a clean sheet. I think Aina is more likely to keep a clean sheet than Colwell is. Oh, is Nicosia divided? I didn't know that. There you go. It's a mad place. Oh my god. Well, that is quite the thing, Ben. That's quite the clean-up job. Dogs are savages, man. They do not care. Dogs are savages. R.I.P. bird, everyone. R.I.P. the bird. Huge from New Crew, Ploppy. Did you see a bit of action then? Were you on front lines using ammunition? I would go in Boomo, Gary. That's quite interesting, Crew Ploppy. I want to know more if you can tell. Was it quite sketchy? Yeah, I'd go in Boomo over Rogers because he's on penalties. And I actually think Chelsea away is a better fixture than Forest away. I think Forest are so good defensively. They're better than Chelsea. So I'd pick the guy from Brentford who takes pens. Kick your ass, YouTube. I have no idea, mate. I've no idea. Oh, Crew, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'd start Leif Davis over Aina, I think. Bro, incognito. I'm good, man. Enzo or Semenyo? Semenyo. Drop a like. Yeah, absolutely. If you're enjoying the stream, 183 people watching currently. Leave us a like rating. Yeah, Paphos it was empty, mate. There was like a town centre that was pretty busy, but a lot of it was like half-built. I'll have a look at team reviews in a second, Dreaming FPL. Like half-built buildings. I'll show you. Can I do Street View here? So yeah, I stayed in a hotel that was just by the sea. There we go. So yeah, the airport. I stayed around here. And along the road, honestly, it was just half-built shit. Oh, I plopped it right on my hotel. That was a hotel I stayed in. But yeah, as you go along the street, we'll progress. It was just all half-built hotels. It was a bit of a hole, really. Yeah, because like all of these buildings are abandoned. There's nothing in them. Let's click along. God, what a throwback this is. Yeah, those are just like empty space. Like, yeah, abandoned stuff everywhere. It was all a bit, yeah. So yeah, there you go. Oh, bloody hell. Crikey, we got another one. Could you, like, I mean, as you can tell, it doesn't bother me. But could you imagine, like, spending your time in your day to do that on 2 different YouTube accounts? Hey, I'm a Harry Potter melt. I should, no, get rid of it, mate. There you go. 247 people watching. Leave us a like rating. Keep liking. Seems to be helping. Sell Mbumo and Wood to bring Isak in. It depends. It depends on the rest of your team, I would say. Lucas, I just think Salah's been more consistent this season. Exactly, Ben. I think that's why the stream grew. Start Maswari, Dean, or Colwell. Oh, God. I'd say Luca Dean, reluctantly. My team value. Let's have a quick look. 268k overall. And my team value is 102.8 million, if you do the math. Can you get a picture up? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I probably do look a little bit like Harry Potter, to be fair. It's just the glasses, though, isn't it, really? Oh, maybe. Do I? Hang on. Hang on. Can I zoom that in a little bit? Bear with, guys. Oh, no, I'm the wrong way. What do you reckon? I just don't think I do. And the glasses are sort of similar. Got to do better than that, haven't you? More like James Potter, I'll take that. He was a top shagger in that show, from what I gather, or in that series. Yeah, it's the scarf, isn't it? To be fair, it's the scarf. I've just put the Bristol City scarf on. It's probably the scarf. I've no idea, Kazi Razib Hassan, if Gabriel will start, and I think that's the problem. I don't think anyone can say with any level of security if he starts or not. I do have a couple of scars on my forehead that I guess you could, and sometimes I have like a dip in my forehead that comes out sometimes. Yeah, but Brentford are not at home; they're away. And Fulham are without Bassey and Anderson, so they're missing some players. Yeah, the puppy scars, man. Oh, we got 100 likes. Thank you, everyone. Well, keep going. It's been a pleasure streaming to you all. I've got another 45 minutes or so to go, and then I've got to go to the football. Brentford have a decent record v Chelsea. Huge from Crew Ploppy. There you go. Are you from the area, mate? Or does your son just live in Bristol? Oh, we got QPR, Ben. Absolute championship ding-dong, mate. I'd go Gordon over Rodgers. Surely Salah can't deliver another double-digit haul. Surely not. I mean, it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 double-digit hauls so far this season in 14 game weeks. There's only 4 game weeks where he hasn't got a double-digit haul. That's insane, isn't it? Honestly, I don't care about the Brentford record against Chelsea. I've got to start Sanchez. So yeah, that's all I've got. So I go on my own, but I sit next to a friend of mine that I grew up with, a friend called Jamie. So yeah. I have been to a couple of games on my own. Both your sons live in Wiltshire. Lovely, mate. That's army territory, that. I'd start Leif Davis, mate. Paul saying beast mode. Why are we beast mode, man? Was that the Harry Potter comparison? Which 2 players should I bench? Evan Nilsson, Bowen, Enzo, or Pedro? I'd bench Enzo and Evan Nilsson. That's my gut feel. Oh, Salah, beast mode. Oh, I thought you were giving me a compliment. Best budget 3 defenders from now onwards. Hoyson of Bournemouth. Milenkovic of Nottingham Forest. And probably Colwell. Semenyo over Rodgers this week. Sunday at 7. Yeah, that kills... That annoys me because it means that my reaction stream will not happen. I'll have to work out how I'm going to do that. By the way, I've had a coffee and an entire litre of water during the time I've been on this stream. I need 30 seconds. I know we got 256 people here, but I'm going to wee myself if I don't use the loo. So I'm just going to use the loo quickly. I'll be back in a sec. Hands are washed, John. The hands are washed. Am I going to stream during the game? Probably not. Oh, sorry. I thought... This is incredible. Mate. Actually, I look more like Dobby. I rate that. Should we do another comparison for this guy? See you later, mate. This guy, this is his 3rd account he's created. What can we do here? We'll report him for hate speech. How about that? Should we do a Dobby comparison? I think that's probably a bit more realistic, isn't it? Yes, that's more like me. Look at that. Oh my god. You can get a Dobby mask. Imagine rocking up in that. That is harrowing. Good god. Should I stream in that? Should I do the next stream in the Dobby mask? That is harrowing, that, isn't it? If you saw someone wearing that. Holy moly. I don't know, it's just my ears, isn't it? My ears do stick out a bit. But I don't know. Anyway. Oh no. My chat's frozen. Yeah, I'm just banning him every time, mate. I think I've got my first hater, haven't I? What an achievement. What an achievement. My first troll. What do you make of the 2 free transfers I did for free? Trent and Enzo in for Guardiola and Ruter. Yeah, I like it. I'm captain Palmer, who to vice? Haaland, Gordon, Cunha, Haaland. Who to replace with Lewis? Hey, how are you? Sell Cunha or Pedro to Isaac and De Bruyne? I'd keep Cunha. I'd keep him, mate. I wouldn't buy De Bruyne. Don't buy De Bruyne. Not worth it. I bet you're the type of supporter that uses the toy rather than use a rolled up program. A rolled up program? Why would you use a rolled up program? What do you mean? I must say, my one experience of a disgusting toilet was Wembley, and the toilets weren't even busy, but there were people who were going to the toilet in pint glasses, like pint cups, instead of using the urinal at Wembley, which I thought was pretty disgusting. I'll take the King Charles comparison. Actually, I don't know. I'm not going to give my opinion on here, actually. Could get cancelled for that. But my granddad has had a few conversations with King Charles. He used to be the head of the Somerset County Council, and he had to get approval from Prince Charles at the time to do a few bits of work. So yeah, they met each other a few times. That was quite cool. Yeah, Rico Lewis, I would go for Hoyson of Bournemouth. There you go. Or Kirkes. Fabian, if your gut says Captain Isak, go with your gut. I would personally captain Salah. I'd start Semenyo. I think I'd start Semenyo on that list, CJT. If he comes up on chat again, don't ban him. I want to take a little picture with his comments. Did you sell Gabriel? Yeah, I did. I never had Gabriel, actually, mate. I never had Gabriel. Ooh, that's a tough one, you know. I think I'd start Cucurella, though. I think Cucurella's got more attacking threat, and I would put their clean sheet odds as somewhat similar. I would start Cucurella. But I'd still, even if I had Cucurella, I'd still consider starting Aina, you know. Paul, I've no idea, mate. I've no idea. I think I'm a pretty nice dude most of the time. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, if he comes back, any mods in here, don't ban him. I wanna take a selfie with his comments. I think it'd be quite funny. It's a momentous occasion to have my first troll. I'm going to roll this week so I can get TAA next week. Yeah, I like it. I think Trent's going to be great. I'm very jealous. I just don't have a way to get him. I've no idea, John, to be honest. I've no idea. It's also his fault. He would have chosen the wrong studs for the pitch. Jason, I wish I had news, mate. I wish I did, but there just isn't any. Young to Kirkes, then bench Robinson. Yeah, all right. Don't mind. Oh, is he back? Is this the troll back? Let's see. I did Greaves to Gomez. Nice, mate. Also, I would say, I don't know if anyone else is in the same boat, but I played Call of Duty, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in previous games when I was younger. And the kind of chat that would go on that game, on like people's headsets, was so outrageous and offensive towards each other and me that I think comments on the internet are just, they pale in comparison to the stuff I was called on that game, if anyone played it. I feel like I'm hard for life to that kind of abuse now, to be honest, after playing that game. I don't know if anyone else feels in a similar boat. But yeah, I feel like I could pretty much handle. You could say anything about me, and I think I'd be pretty all right with it. To be honest, it was awful back in the day. I'm sure it is, John. But back in the Modern Warfare 2 days, that was the biggest game in the world at the time. And yeah, some of the stuff that would go off in the chat was you just wouldn't be able to say it nowadays. I don't know what it's like nowadays. I don't know if it's I imagine it's a bit more, you can get banned a bit more easily. But yeah, some of the stuff people would say to me has been horrendous. Best replacement for Lewis, Kirkes or Hoyson of Bournemouth. It's always going to be that way, though, when people are anonymous and aren't face-to-face and there's no threat of, like, being punched in the face. It's always going to be like that on the internet. That's why, like, you have trolls like that guy in the chat, because there's no risk of anything happening to him for doing it, you know? If you did that to someone in real life, you would end up in an altercation with them, wouldn't you? Bournemouth fixtures are amazing, mate. Check them out. Pretty good for the next old 5. Is Isak essential? No, he's not essential, but he's very good. He's very good. Rodgers or Burn? Bench or bring in Enzo? Oh, I see. I just play Rodgers, mate. Do you think Raul and Jackson will start? Yeah. Are you 15th, 4th overall? I think the best 4.5 million defender long term is Milenkovic of Nottingham Forest, mate. If you want long term, set and forget, don't worry, go for Milenkovic. Yeah, Lucas, it's so hard, isn't it, mate? I wish I could tell you there was the best option, but I think anyone who told you there was an outstanding captain this week would be lying. I just don't think there is. The new movement sucks, yeah, I must say. What was the last COD I took seriously? Probably Black Ops 2 was the last one I took really seriously. I played a lot of game battles on that and got quite competitive. And then that was the last one I played, because the next one was like Infinite Warfare and people were like jumping around the map with jet. It was horrible. How do you feel about triple Chelsea? Yeah, don't mind it. Don't mind it. I probably wouldn't have Robertson, though. I would go for Van Dijk, because I don't think Robertson is nailed enough. I would have Van Dijk over Robertson if it was me. And also, I'd be cognizant of the assistant manager chip, because you might want to pick Arne Slot as your assistant manager, given he's got a double game week in 24. Most likely have a double game week in 24. So I will probably have 2 Liverpool players and get Slot in. Do you think hot? Don't know, man. Do you think hot? Jota? No. I don't like Jota. Honestly, John, I wouldn't have done a new chip at all. I just don't think they needed to change it. That's boring, but I wouldn't have done a new chip. Not really, Maxis. With this YouTube channel, I've got 2 YouTube channels now. Any time where I'm not working, training, or just having general downtime, I don't play computer games, no. I'd say it's been a real benefit to my life as well, not playing computer games. Slot announced at 1.5 million. Yeah. I would keep Mbumo. I just don't think Jota's going to play, mate. I don't know if he's going to play enough minutes to be worth it. The only Liverpool attacker you can pick in this game is Salah. I like Kirkez, very much so. I've done Isak and Trent for Gabriel and Jackson. Oh, interesting, mate. I think the chip has the potential to completely change the game if you play it well. And I think it's almost too powerful. I really do. There's so many points you can score from it. Oh, fair enough, Aaron. Still. Well done. Yeah, I'd buy, if I was taking out Mbumo, I'd buy Bowen, I think, Nathan Craik. Sanchez or Fabianski? God. I'd probably say Sanchez. I don't think you can captain the assistant manager, John. I don't think you can. It'd be funny if you could, but I don't think you can. They can score too many points, I think. You just captain them every week, or at least I would. Bought Bowen last game week, gave him the armband. Pretty good going. For breakfast, I had beans and 2 eggs on toast. That's my standard breakfast. And a bowl of Greek yogurt with some protein powder mixed in. And I had an orange and an apple, because I like my fruit. So yeah, that was my breakfast. Did Voldemar? He did, mate. Bloody Voldemarson. He's an absolute menace, this geezer. He's dropped to 3.9 million. Who's selling Voldemarson? Who is selling Voldemarson for him to go down in price? Absolute joke. I guess people are doing him to Fabianski, aren't they? Joke. I've lost 0.1 million on my backup goalkeeper. Like, someone's got it in for me, I swear. The troll that was in the chat earlier made 2,000 FPL accounts and sold Voldemarson. Yeah, John, they're good for you, mate. Good fibre, good protein. One of your 5 a day. Can't go wrong. And eggs. Eggs are good for you too. They got protein in. I find I just have the same breakfast every morning because it's healthy, easy, quick. It's the same. It's hard to get it wrong. I just make the same every day. And it's healthy. It's good fuel for swimming and recovery from training and stuff. Why not Captain Palmer? Because I think Salah's been more consistent. I think Dubravka has got... Yeah, agree. No, I don't think it's Dubravka. I think it's Fabianski. Voldemarson went down in price like earlier on in the week before Pope got injured. I'm allergic to egg yolk. I didn't even know that was a thing. Zhao, Wood, or Cunha out? I'd probably say Wood. But then Cunha's been pretty poor too. It's between Wood and Cunha for me. Bench 1, Gabriel, Guardiola, Robertson, and Kirkes. I'd bench Guardiola. Maybe Anis, maybe. I don't see Southampton beating Spurs either. I agree. I think Spurs score 3 or 4 goals. I just showed my team value, John. 102.8. Did you ever consider Isak? No. Not for me. Not for me. He is an option, but I wouldn't consider him myself. I'd start Bruno Fernandes, mate. Yeah, why not start Gabriel? I think he either starts the game or he doesn't play at all. I think Ahmed will get starts, but not consistent enough for me to pick him. Would you start Ahmad versus Man City? I'd start Wissa, mate. Definitely start Wissa. Wissa's great. I'd start Wissa against almost everyone. Team value is somewhere on the FPL browser. I've got mine zoomed in, so it's all a bit out of place. Should be on the right-hand side of your browser. You have to bet against Isak. I'd be worried. I would be worried. Who's he got? Leicester and Ipswich. No comment. Yeah, my team value is poor this season. I've been absolutely screwed on price changes. Absolutely screwed, mate. Yeah, I agree on Wissa. I think he's great. Wouldn't worry about it. I think they score against Chelsea pretty comfortably. Would you bench Cunha for Brennan Johnson? Ooh. Yeah, I probably would, actually. SB, I don't need to hear about that, mate. What you do in the comfort and security of your own home, I don't need to know. You think Havertz outscores Isak? I don't think so. I don't think Gabriel comes off the bench. I think he either starts or he's not in the squad. Yeah, I should probably sell Haaland, but I'm not going to. Will we be taking Sanchez out too? We shall see, mate. We shall see. I do really want to get Onana in because I think Onana is going to be the top scoring keeper this season. So at some point, I should probably get him in. Sabine, Wood or Rodgers to start? I would start Chris Wood. I'd start the penalty taker. I also think Forest are better defensively than Villa. My differential this week is probably Aina and Semenyo. They're probably my 2. Semenyo ownership is 6.8. Aina's ownership is 14. But I don't think that many people are going to start him. So I think my differentials are Aina and Semenyo. Yeah, Kulusevski could be good, but I just don't trust the minutes of those Tottenham midfielders, to be honest. I don't trust their minutes. Gee whiz, my pleasure, man. I'm probably going to roll off soon anyway. The big boys will all start streaming at 11:30, and I've got to go to the football. So yeah, 4 more minutes on stream, and then we'll shoot off. Why don't I have him? Good question. It's hard to buy him this week, though. And obviously, Haaland's my differential, indeed. It's hard to buy him this week when he plays Man City away. But I think I might buy him next week. And I also just haven't had the budget for him, John, to be honest. I always think my goalkeeper is my last priority player to get in. So I spend money elsewhere. If you could only captain one player all season under 8 million, oh my God. I'd probably say Mbumo, to be honest. Bristol City QPR, mate. We kick off at 12:30. Best of luck to you, John. Bristol City QPR. That's where I'm going. Up the city. Appreciate you joining, John. You've been great in the chat today. Some questions that have been hard-hitting. Some that have been funny. I appreciate your contributions. I have Gabriel, Saliba, Trent, and Aït-Nouri. I put Aït-Nouri on the bench. Do you agree with it? Yeah, if you've got those three, you've got it, haven't you? For the next weeks, would you prioritise getting Isak or Trent in? Isak. Fantasy Championship, I'm not Flacco, I'm afraid. I just don't have the time to do EFL, I'm afraid. I would if I could, but I'm just so busy. I don't have the headspace for it. What do you make of Scott Parker, Colin? Do you like him? Oh, dreaming. I'm sorry, I forgot. I did forget. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, bro. Go on FPL review and see what that says about your team. I'm sorry, I forgot. Pearson? What do you mean? As in, got sacked, yeah. I think in hindsight, I might end up being a good decision, but he's been quite ill recently as well. So I think it's worked out quite well for him that he probably got quite a healthy payout for being sacked as well. Because he said he was learning to walk again. He must have had some really serious surgery. So, and I'll always love Nigel Pearson. He's an absolute legend. Your team is killing it. You just want some kudos. Oh, look at that. Ego. Every Bristol City fan likes Nigel Pearson, for what it's worth. How come you don't sell Haaland? I've made my bed. I think I've got a line here at this point. Quite simply. I didn't realise he was a player. To be honest. Oh, obviously, he was a player, but I didn't realise he was a good one. Super captain, yeah. He strikes me as a Roy Keane Mark II, to be honest. He must have been hard. Must have been absolute nails. Look at City fixtures from 28 onwards. I also think City's fixtures coming up are really good as well. Yeah, great fixtures then. Look at that. That's when they win the title, by the way. But yeah, in terms of fixtures coming up, they're pretty good as well. I think, ladies and gentlemen, I would make a white chocolate cheesecake, and if you live in the UK, you should come and deliver me a slice. I won't send you my address, but I will. You should definitely make me a white chocolate cheesecake. Right, guys, I've got to go. I got football in an hour, and I haven't eaten yet, so I'm going to go and have some lunch, and then head down to the football. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure being on stream with you guys. I really appreciate you all joining. At one point, we got 176 people watching at the moment. So if you enjoyed the stream, please leave me a like rating. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to the Golden Goal channel if you haven't already. I will have a video coming out this evening. I will be going live tomorrow twice. 2 live streams tomorrow with a bit of luck. And yeah, I'm off to go to the football now. So yeah, sorry the stream is ending early. If, by the way, if you haven't... Let's see if he's still live. I'm gonna give you a stream to raid. I'm going to give you a stream to raid, and you need to go absolutely crazy in his chat when you do raid it as well. I want you to go absolutely mental in his chat. Right, go crazy, because it'd be funny. What I also did that was quite funny yesterday is I kept making up funny names and asking for his thoughts on them as a player. So people like Bendover and Phil McCracken and stuff like that. Or my favourite one was Jenny Taylor. What do you think of the footballer Jenny Taylor and stuff like that? So if you want to do that in his chat, he loves that. It's quite funny. I'm just trying to. I have to watch the ad to get a link. Right, share. How do I share? Why can't I just... Bear with, guys. Bear with. There we go. Go and join Tom. It's in the chat. Tell him I sent you. Cheers, man. Good luck to you too, FPL Harry's Army. I wish you the best. I'm off to get a bit of lunch in a bit. Oh, we're still live.